Welcome to the Nicola Valley Talk, brought to you every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Nicola Valley Talk is a product of Experience Nicola Valley Tourism. I am your host, Tania Stewart, an eco-blogger with Experience Nicola Valley. Social distancing in my home, in my kitchen, that is 120 degrees right now. So if you see me melting, it's because I am literally melting. So again, I'm your host, Tania Stewart with Nicola Valley Talk, product of Experience Nicola Valley. And I am so happy and very excited about my guest tonight. And many people know her here in the Nicola Valley from working at Cooper's, I believe, and but has now opened up her own shop, which is one of the nicest shops ever in Merritt. And it's Miss Vicki, Miss Vicki, Petals and Flowers. Welcome, Miss Vicki. I'm sorry, I said that wrong, didn't I? I stumbled.
It's okay. It's Miss Vicki's Petals and Plants Flower Shop. It's a mouthful.
Yeah, well, welcome, Miss Vicki. So I'm just going to say Miss Vicki. Okay, is that okay?
Yep, that works for me too. You can call me anything you want.
Okay, Miss Vicki. I don't know why it is because it's just that has always stuck for me when I'm talking to everyone. I go Miss Vicki, because it's just sticks with you. It has kind of like a southern drawl in a way, and classy, and yeah, it's just really neat. Anyways, on to our first question, Miss Vicki. Could you provide us with a snapshot of yourself?
Oh, it's a good thing you already have my picture. I moved to the Valley in early 1981. 1981 I moved here. Raised my kids, started working with the public in Merritt in 83, I believe it was. I was in banking for 10 years. I worked at the local grocery store for 17, but altogether 22 for the company. And then I retired and I wasn't good at it. So the rest is history.
Miss Vicki, that was an awesome answer. And on to our second one. Vicki, could you provide our listeners a background of how you came up with this amazing idea to open your own flower?
Well, after I retired, I went to work for another company for 6 months or so, and I realized that I was doing the same thing I always did, which was working for somebody else. I wasn't getting any younger, and I didn't really want to get any older and wish I had done this. And I thought, you know what, Merritt deserves a really nice little shop where people can display their products. It was time for a good flower shop in town, and I think I've got it.
Well, I think you truly do have it, Vicki. I mean, I personally love the place, and we're going to talk about once you walk into it and the experience and everything. We'll later. Okay, so our next question is, please provide our listeners exactly what they will experience when they step into your store, such as the bloom of colors, that great smell that hits your face as soon as you walk in, along with the colors, and all around atmosphere.
When I opened it, I wanted it to be a place of peace in a way where you come in and you just feel comfortable, you feel at home, no stress, no pressure. All the people's products that I have in there, and there's many, many consignment folks that have their product in the shop, that adds to it. There's the plants, there's the flowers, there's the arrangements, there's my dog who greets everybody. Yeah, it's when you're there all the time, you don't notice it, but every once in a while it will hit me too when I walk in, and it's just a nice feel. That's what I think of it as a nice feeling place. I don't know.
It definitely is, and definitely is, Miss Vicki. Could you share a little story about people who suffer from anxiety that you have had, and they come into your store just to help with that?
Yeah, I have probably 6 or 7 that I recognize, people that are struggling some days, especially now with the COVID. There's been a few more added to the list, but they come in and I see them, and the dog goes up and greets them, and they kind of go to the corner and they're looking at the the plants in the corner. Then they look at the arrangements, and they're about a third of the way through the shop, and they'll look up and, meet my eye, and I'll say, hi, how's it going? And they're like, oh, good. Then they carry on, any questions, ask me, whatever. And then by the time they've come around to the other side of the shop, we're chatting. They're happy. You can see the stress, whatever they were dealing with, is kind of eased. And I think that's huge.
That is with my background with as being a social worker and studied sociology and everything. And I think being out and because I'm an eco blogger, I do a lot of writing about the benefits of being in nature, being outside, even in your garden, even going for a walk around your house. So people that can come into your store who suffer from anxiety or any other mental health issues, and to be able, and you welcome them, which is amazing, because it's not just the air and the smell, it's also the atmosphere that you're welcoming them into your space, right?
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, and flowers just touch everyone, anyways, right?
Yes.
So, Vicki, your store is very special to many people like myself, showcasing and selling local and sometimes not local artisans, but they're all handmade crafts. I especially love the cabin dioramas. Tell us how and why about all these crafts.
Merritt is such a unique community of so many talented people. I have everything from barbed wire art that comes from Douglas Lake Ranch, which is our local ranch. Back in the barbed wire itself is from the 50s and the 60s. There are cowboy hats, cowboy boots, there's umbrellas, there's moons, there's stars, really cool stuff. And I have baby gifts, and I have to stop and think because there's just so many. There is recycled fencing, metal fencing that a girl has made into hanging for hangers. We have upcycled leather jackets and purses and wallets. We have hand painted necklaces. We have
Wow.
pressed flower necklaces. We have oh my God, there's just so much handmade soaps and lotions and the honey. We have local honey in our shop that is actually the honey is gathered within 4 blocks of the shop.
Wow.
Which I think is really, really cool.
It's in your neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. You go up to the stop sign, hang a left, and go down through 2 stop signs, and there you are. Right? Like
Those bees are probably getting, if you have outdoor flowers, they're getting pollen from your flowers.
they very well could be, for all I know. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it's pretty cool. Like Merritt is just so talented. Well, but my stuff is from the Nicola Valley and Logan Lake. I have
Okay.
two that aren't local, and one is my girlfriend's product, which is stamped metal necklaces and keychains with different sayings. And my
Oh, I
brother,
see those.
yeah, very cool stuff. And my brother, he does birdhouses, and he's from the Sunshine Coast. So, again, local as far as I'm concerned, because they're BC, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't mean. Yes, definitely. They're BC, and so it's great to support all artisans.
yeah, yeah. It's very cool. And
It is cool.
they need a place to showcase their stuff. And I think the building itself being almost 100 years old, or it could be 100 years old, I think that kind of lends to it, right? Like it's just there, right?
Yes, it has its stamp, yeah, like
Well,
it's
I think
older.
the floor gives it away because it's kind of on tilt in places, right?
But that's character, right? And that's in that
Absolutely.
place.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
know. Sorry, Vicki. I know one of my favorite things when I would go into the store before COVID was the cabin dioramas and
Yes.
the intricacy of this man who built them, and even would have little shavings from sawing wood, like a little thing like that, and in the little wood. Who is he, and where's he from?
His name is Brian Troughton, and he is from Logan Lake.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was through a girlfriend of mine that saw his product and said, you really should have it in the shop. And there you go, right? They're
Oh,
very cool.
They are, yeah. I mean, that's just one of the things that sticks out in my head. I mean, we could do this for hours and talk about all the things.
Yeah.
And I do have pictures I will show a little bit later on, but
Oh,
and every
good.
time you go into your store, you see something different.
Well, I'm always adding because it's up to the people if they want to keep their product in the shop. Sometimes they're going away or whatever, or they decided no, they don't want to do it anymore, and so they pull it out. So that if somebody else comes along that's local, I'll bring it into the shop. Like I've got glasses and mugs and like metal coffee mugs and that have vinyl sayings on them now in the shop now. I just brought in some cream for eczema and psoriasis
Oh,
and some stuff for nails that helps your nail cuticles and stuff. It's always changing. And that's what people say, oh, this is new, this is new. Yep, it is, right? Like, that's how we roll around here because how can you, I don't do well saying no to people.
no. Aw.
Because their product is always so cool, right? It's always so different, so unique.
Everyone is, and it is, and that's true. It's so individual. Like everyone has their individual talent when it comes to their crafts. I
Yeah.
wish I could do all of them, but that would be impossible. But yes, and I do know too, Miss Vicky, you do move things around too. So
Oh,
I've
yeah.
gone in there. Yeah,
That's
it's
all
almost
part
like
of the fun.
yeah, it's like a what do you call it? Hide and go seek kind of treasure game, right?
It
It's really
is.
neat.
Well, it's so funny. When I rented it, my first thought was, oh my God, the building's so big. And now
Uh-huh.
I'm having to move stuff and rearrange stuff just to find room for things. So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. I just think that's just the way it is, right?
I think that's just a personal touch from you, right? To do that kind of stuff, and that's what makes it that's what makes it very individual. That's what it is, and
Well,
special.
and it never gets stale for me or anybody else, right? It's always fresh. So,
And
and
it's
that keeps
easy that way you're not dusting all the time because if you're moving
exactly,
things,
the
yeah,
dust falls
hey,
off. It works.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so myself being eco-conscious and very like recycle, reuse, rethink, reduce,
Yeah.
right? And 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 I know from the time that I have spent with you, having that you are also practicing and coming up with different ways to recycle, reuse, rethink, and reduce. Explain to us how you're achieving this.
Well, we're very blessed. A lot of people are cleaning out their cupboards nowadays because they have lots of time. They phone and ask we want their vases, anything that can be sanitized. We sanitize and reuse all the time. It just makes sense to me rather than buying brand new cases of vases or whatever. That we will go to the thrift shops, we'll go to Value Village, we'll go to wherever we can, which helps keep the cost down. That's the one way we do it. We also have now in the shop recycled paper bouquet sleeves. So if somebody doesn't want the plastic wrap that we normally do, we can do it into the recycled paper, which they can put into their compost, right?
Yeah.
We've got we've got paper, like thick recycled paper for in the winter to keep, because it gets so cold here sometimes, to keep things from being frozen. We've got that in stock now. I ask people to bring back delivery boxes if they're taking something else out in a nice little box, if they wouldn't mind returning it if they have the time. And most people do. Sometimes within a couple hours, it's back in the shop to reuse it for the next person. So just very lucky, very blessed, that people want to share their stuff, and instead of sending it to the landfill, it comes to the shop.
Yeah, it is so neat. And also, so Vicky, I do believe, but correct me if I'm wrong, you have, I believe you told me that if somebody has a special momentum or like a teapot, say a teapot that's been in the family forever, you will work around that to create a flower arrangement. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We will do with anything that we can that's within our power for our customers to specialize it, make it something really, you know, special for them to give to whoever they want to give it to, right?
Hmm.
Um, we've done some where cup that came in, it meant something to this one person, and her friend actually snuck the cup out of her house, and we did we did an arrangement in it, and then delivered it to her. So she was quite surprised.
That is so neat.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty nice business to be in when you can make people smile and happy.
No kidding, because then that
Yeah,
comes off to you. It makes you feel good,
yeah,
right? Or
yeah,
that circle of goodness, right?
yes, absolutely.
Aw.
And there's a lot of that in Merritt, which is really nice.
Yes, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
So, Vicki, could you share with our listeners what is special about the Nicola Valley and why be a destination spot for all travelers and people just going through?
Oh, Merritt's exactly what you make it. If you want to make it something special, you will. Merritt to me is my home. I didn't grow up here. I came here when I was in my early 20s, but this is home to me. The people are genuine, they're caring, they're just wonderful folk. And I think that Merritt's so lucky because we're still small town, even though we're classed as a city. We're still a small town feeling, and we're close to everything. 2 hours to Vancouver, an hour to Kamloops, an hour and a quarter to Kelowna. Like, we're central to a lot of places, and yet we get the benefit of living in a small town. And I
You're
think that I was just going to say, if anybody has the opportunity to come to Merritt, they really should. And I hope they stop in the shop because I like it.
and which is on. I didn't want to put this up too much because I keep cutting off your face, but it's
Oh, I
on
know. That's probably me.
2052 Coshana Avenue, right?
Yes, absolutely.
2052 Coshana Avenue, Merritt, BC.
Yep,
And I do have your phone number here. It is 250-378-5575.
absolutely. You got it. You got it.
Everyone again, 250-378-5575. And go to Facebook
Yes,
at
and Instagram.
at Miss Vicki's Petals and Plants and
Yep,
her Instagram. There you go.
absolutely.
So you should not say you couldn't find Miss Vicki's Petals and Plants. Or I guess probably said it wrong again.
No, you did good. You did good. But you can also if you Google Florist and Merritt too, we show up. So that's always good too.
Okay, see, there you go, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so due to COVID-19, many businesses have had to close doors, and we all hear about the many who will never reopen and cannot open due to circumstances, and basically, they can't afford to. So how did this impact your business? And did you have to shut down for so long, or did you have what changed, Miss Vicki? What changed?
Well, as soon as it kind of struck, because I don't have TV, so I didn't know anything about it. So I kind of went into shock, and I just cut my hours. I
Yeah.
just cut them down to 10 till 2, and that way we could control how many people were in the shop. We could control the sanitizing, which we do right from the door in on anything that people might touch. That we could, like the hard goods, we can do. I ask if they put sanitizer on when they come in.
Mm-hmm.
I now have a sneeze guard in place in front of the till. For me, I was one of the lucky ones, I think, because people are spending more time at home and they wanted their homes to be cozy or a homey feeling. And plants, thank goodness, they will give you fresh air. They take in our carbon dioxide and they give off of our oxygen, right, that we breathe. And people were buying flowers and taking them to their friends and delivering them, or having us deliver them to them, like the shut-ins that were kind of depressed and down. Like, it was really, it's as hard as a time it's been. It's actually been really good because people are so interested now in plants and just making their homes nicer. And I think I just cut my face off again. I did. That was me. What can I
Well,
say?
yeah, well, that is true. I mean, can you imagine? Because many people couldn't see their loved ones, their families, the ones
Exactly.
in retirement
Yeah.
homes and such like that, but you could send them flowers.
Most of the time. There was sometimes it changes.
Mhm.
Right now I'm able to take them to one of the seniors' homes, but not to another. Like it just, this, I guess, policy on their part that they feel, they shouldn't have the flowers in her or whatever.
Okay.
But Mother's Day, they let people have flowers, and that was very nice.
Aw,
Yeah,
that is very nice.
yeah.
Wow, eh? So what are your thoughts on what Experience Nicola Valley has done for the Nicola Valley and Merritt and the efforts we make towards Merritt businesses, people, and tourism?
I think it's huge. I think it is definitely needed. Merritt is like this little jewel in the southern interior of British Columbia that nobody knows about. People stop for gas and they drive through. And now I think that because you guys are out there and you're making Merritt a place to go and see because we got so many lakes here. We got so many trails here. You name it, we've got it. It's always been a lake a day as long as you stay. Right? And it hasn't, that was the sign when I first moved here in 81, right when you drove into Merritt, was a lake a day as long as you stay. And there's lakes I've never been to, and I've been here almost 40 years, so that ought to tell you something, right?
I'm with you on that one. I'm still finding out. I think today I found out a different lake, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And along the river, you can pull off along the river, and enjoy that. And in the winter there's snowmobiling, there's hiking, there's motorbiking, there's the list goes on and on and on, right? And I think that you guys are helping to make Merritt become not just a gas stop. People actually
Yes,
come
true.
downtown. Hmm.
Yes, that is so true. And keep that face up there.
I know,
I'm
sorry.
losing you all the time.
I know,
You know
I'm
what
up
it
and
is?
down.
That's okay. I was going to say too is I feel because we have a lot of sun in our and during our winter months on the average per se, and I mean to make Merritt a winter destination is I think would be truly a great thing. The hotels would get booked, flowers, right,
Yep, yep.
and and people have to eat. There's a swimming pool. Things like that. And what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Like for a winter destination?
Oh, absolutely. Like some winters we get one dump of snow, right? We
Hmm.
get that cold snap for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks maximum, and then it's all around zero, and that's when the guys want to be out in their snowmobiles and they want to be out on the trails, right?
Yeah.
And we have the snowmobile club here too, and I think that they're always making new trails for everybody, and I think it's just a
Hmm.
wonderful, wonderful community to live in and play in.
That's exactly my feelings too. If you're bored, then you're doing something wrong,
Exactly.
right?
It
Because
merits exactly what you make it. Yep.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So Vicky, I started this a couple of shows ago, and I like it because it's flashcards, and so you get about a minute a piece. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to show some pictures of some of the stuff in your store. And if something goes wrong, I might lose some pictures or something. But anyways, so let's start. There's one of the crafts there. Can you see that, Miss Vicky, the flower,
No.
or it's a butterfly? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Pardon me.
that is a
No.
butterfly.
Okay. Well,
Yep. That's
it is.
one of the pictures, the framed pictures that I have in the shop.
Okay, I love butterflies, so of course I'm a little. But anyways, let's go into your second one. What is your favorite flower?
Hmm. I have a couple. Favorite though is a stargazer lily. They're absolutely
Oh,
gorgeous. They smell awesome. They're the big pink lily. They're beautiful.
mhm. Wow, eh? Um, okay, just I think I lost the question here. Is your home an indoor garden?
um, yes. My living room is 12 by 12, and I have something like 55 plants in it.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I could turn
55.
Here, I'll turn this. There's some of them. You can see.
Oh,
You can see some. Just
wow.
just a few, and there's probably a few more over here. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you probably sleep very well at night.
Actually, I do. In the bedroom, I think I've got 7 or 8 plants, and absolutely, since I added them in there, I do sleep better.
Wow, eh? That
Yeah.
is just amazing. So let's go on to number 5. Why should people never touch the plants in your shop?
They shouldn't, as much fun as it is. We all have oils on our hands, and it stays on the leaves, and it kind of clogs their pores. So it's not good for them.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. And yes, and I didn't even realize that, and it does make sense. It totally makes sense, and
Yeah.
especially with COVID now. Okay,
Yes.
so last but not least, what is the story behind its name? This one plant, the mother-in-law.
That is a snake plant, which is a sansevieria, and it gets called my mother-in-law plant because they don't die. They people have I've had people come in and they've had them like 60, 70 years, right? And I think that somebody had a really bad experience with a mother-in-law that wouldn't pass away either. So I'm pretty sure that's where that comes from. Oh God. Yeah,
And they're
pretty
kind of
funny.
prickly. It is funny. I think nothing against mother-in-laws out there, please, because my mom got one from her mother-in-law, and I still have it.
Oh, there you go. See, it didn't die.
No, and she got it probably around 1967.
Yep,
Okay,
there you go. Yeah, and
I can
they're
actually
one of
look
the
at it.
they're I was just gonna say they're one of the top air cleaners too.
Are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
That is well. There you go. So mother-in-laws, eh?
See,
I just love
they are
that.
good. The mother-in-laws are
Yeah,
good.
they are. They are. Okay. See, can you see that picture
I
with the
can,
plant?
yes. Yep.
Okay. Well, tell our listeners who does that and
That,
who's the artist.
yeah, that is a lady named Pauline Ouellette who lives in Logan Lake. She paints on, this was wood that she had, and she painted the pictures. She's the one that also does the hand painted necklaces and the pressed flower
Oh,
necklaces. Yeah, she's very talented. She's an older lady also. She
okay.
very, very sweet, really nice lady.
Oh, okay. And I'm going to
Yeah,
put up this one too. This key to my heart.
yeah.
Is that made by someone?
No, that was just one that I do burlap or deco mesh wreaths, and I had
Mm-hmm.
picked that up somewhere along the way to add to a wreath. And of course,
Well,
I don't have a lot of free time now, so I had it in the shop.
oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it found a home. It went to actually a friend of mine. Her husband bought it for their
Aw.
anniversary, along with a beautiful arrangement. So yeah.
What is the story behind this little dude?
Oh my God, that's our rubber ducky. My designer she's awesome. Dee has been with me for about almost 2 years, actually. She'll be 2 years in the fall. She's
Mhm.
kind of stepped down because her hands have gotten really, really bad. She's allergic to
Oh,
what she works with, but she's still around. So I went to the
okay.
store one day and I came back with these duckies. So she made it and she cut it out and put an arrangement in it. Person came in, bought it, and it was for a retirement party. Somebody that was retiring took it to them, gave it to them. It came back to us. So we made it up again, and away it went again for somebody. The third time it didn't come back. But yeah, it's like the rubber ducky. Oh, we've had so much fun just with people in general coming in the shop and doing funny and fun things with their friends with flowers and plants, and yeah,
Mhm.
we're very blessed where we are. Absolutely.
Oh, definitely. And, when you do your flower arrangements, and I did have pictures of it, but if people want to see, go to Experience Nicola Valley and punch in my name, and I have done a blog on Miss Vickis Store. You do personal added touches, like a bird. or a
Yes,
butterfly.
or
Something all
dragonfly. Yeah.
yes, a personal touch to all that. And people aren't even really asking for it, are they? Or you because that's just your personal?
They'll mention something and, we'll say, well, what about this? Or do you think they might like that? Or, yeah,
Hmm.
we try to feel out what the customer's wanting.
Hmm.
And we usually do. We usually nail it, which is really nice. And people have faith. Well, I like it when we do well, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. We send out a bouquet or arrangement, and somebody will send a message or and say, you know what, you nailed it. Exactly
Hmm.
what I wanted. Like how lucky can you be? Yeah.
Yeah. And your flowers are fresh, right? They come every Monday, is it? Is
Yep.
it?
Monday,
Okay.
my fellow actually goes to the auction in Burnaby,
Hmm.
and he is there like at 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and he picks up my product, and he's usually in the store around noon on Monday. We prep everything, we clean it, we prep it all, and then we're ready to open Tuesday with fresh flowers. And sometimes I
Wow.
get them in. Yeah, sometimes I get them in later in the week also, depending on how the week has gone. If there's been a need for more arrangements.
Mhm. And you were always coming up with new innovative ways. Like you had that one for the desk office little
Oh yes,
arrangement.
the little desk mates. Yeah, we still do those. Yeah, we've been doing ones. I got in these little bowls, little 4-inch bowls. So we did butterfly bowls, and then last
Mhm.
week we did dragonfly bowls. So I think that's what's going to be this
Aw.
week too. Yeah, they're really cute. They're nice and small. They sit on a coffee table. They sit on an end table. They sit on a counter. They sit on a desk. They're really cute and they're affordable, under fifteen
Yes.
dollars, right? And they got themselves a nice, and that includes taxes. So they've got themselves
Mm-mm.
a cute little arrangement to make somebody's day special, right?
That is so neat. I think that's just the cat's meow on that one.
Yeah, I
There
think
was
it's going to be a regular force.
yes. Oh,
Yeah,
good. Very good. Because that's what I think too.
yeah.
And you also quickly, I want to throw this in. You bring in some of the most unique plants that I have never ever heard of, like the turtle ones. Those turtle
Oh,
ones.
yep. The string of turtles. Yes.
Yes, and very nice. And you cut off a little bit there. So you just to recap, I think I understood you had to have the cactuses, the stingrays, the dolphins, and you get to go down
Yeah, I
to
go to a greenhouse down in the Lower Mainland, and I handpick what I want. I do that once
yes.
or twice a year. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's it's kind of fun. Actually,
It is. And then,
it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
If so before I let you go, Miss Vicki, is there anything that I might have missed or something that you would like to really say to everyone?
First, I'd like to thank anybody that's watched this. I think that's very nice and very cool. It's always a good thing, right? I just wanted to say thank you to you guys, and that I appreciate being able to do this, even if I'm wiggling all over the place because I'm not very good at keeping this thing level. Just thank you very much.
Well, I thank you very much, Miss Vicki, for coming on, and I'm sure there's going to be many people watching because quite a few people were excited about it. And if we know anything about Greg, he likes to plug everything about the Nicola Valley, and he does very well at it. And again, I thank you, Miss Vicki. And let's run through again. Miss Vicki's shop can be found on 2052 Coshana Avenue in Merritt, downtown Merritt, BC. Her
Yep.
phone number business phone number is 250-378-5575. And you can reach her on the internet at Miss Vicki. I can't read. Miss Vicki, sorry, help me out there, Miss Vicki.
Okay. Miss Vicky's Petals and Plants
And
Flower
then on
Shop.
it,
There we go. And I'm on Instagram too. So there. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put you back into the green room if you want to stick around for a few minutes, and I'll have a quick coffee with you after I
Okay.
finish break off. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank
Perfect.
you,
Sounds
Miss
good.
Vicki. Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
Tanya. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Well, there you have it. And that was really just Miss Vicky's. And like I said, if you are thinking of buying flowers for that special girl, for anybody, and even for yourself, this is the place to go to. And the special little unique gifts that you will not find in big box department stores. Okay. So check her place out. Again, I welcomed you for joining us here at the Nicola Valley Talk. That is brought to you every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Nicola Valley Talk is a product experience of Valley Tourism. And I was your host, Tania Stewart, an eco-blogger with Experience Nicola Valley. While social distancing in my home, in my hot kitchen. So again, I am your host, Tania Stewart, and please join us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And as I'm signing off as your host, I would like everyone out there to remember the 4 R's: rethink, reuse, reduce, and recycle, please. And thank you, and everyone have a good night.